Hello. All right. We're starting on part 7, and we are really not that far off from starting to texture little Wally, and then we'll probably pose him a bit as well. And I think what I'd like to do is pose him in T pose, so that if you want to rig him, you can. I'm not going to rig him. I don't want to rig him. I don't need a rigging. So so I'm just going to turn those hands, rotate them keyboard nick, and rotate them on the Y by 90. And I'm also going to drag them over. There is a hinge that we haven't done yet, and I think these might actually be too fat. So if we select that, and we don't want to scale it on the X, we want it to stay that length, but we do want to scale it and everything else. So S Shift X. It's probably better. It's nice and flat in the back. Okay. And actually, let's rotate this on the X by 90. So we've got the flat bit facing up. And we'll need to do the same with the hands. So let's rotate that on the Y by 90. No, the X by 90. So I'm just going to go into top mode just to have a look. I'm sure there was something I needed to do about this little hinge piece. Yeah, right, well, first of all, that needs to be central. There. It's a little bit smaller. It's not as wide. And also, actually, I needed to put this a bit more in line with this. Look at the state of that. Let's just quickly have a look at that, see if we can make it a little bit. I'm just going to put the cursor there. I'm just going to add a sphere, a circle, curve. Oh, am I going to see the curve? Yeah, curve and circle. We're going to rotate that on the X by 90, scale it down, and then I'm going to bring it forward on the Y so we can still see it. Put it in the middle here and just make it a bit smaller. We clearly need to look at this again. So head on over to X-ray, and then we just want to start pulling points to make that circle come back nicely. And then we're just looking at this. That's the curve, the circle curve. So yeah, it's just as a reference point to get this very circular again. And look at that again. So let's bring that there. We're going to have to grab all of those. Let's move this one first, and then let's move this to there. Let's just drag that up, out of the way, and let's just drag these guys. Might actually bring this one over. That looks like it might be doing something weird with the geometry. Let's have a look, shall we? What's this kink? Oh, it's going to be to do with these. Probably not the best arrangement of faces. No, this. Right, let's just drag that. Let's just spread this out a bit. That might help. I'm just pressing double G to move them on the normals. Now what is... Oh, let's do that with them as well. There's the loop on the inside. Is there something going wrong here? No. Okay. Ah, you know what I didn't do? That doesn't matter. How does that not look so... Let's have a look. Why is it doing this weird kink? I don't really have any idea why it's doing that. Is that on 3? It is. That should be on 3. I'm clueless. You know what? There might be an easy way of fixing it by doing that. There it is. Okay, so now let's move that hand. Actually, let's get rid of the circle. So I'm just selecting that curve we made. Now I'm going to move this guy to here. And then this is the cylinder in the middle of the hands we're going to make. But don't scale it on the Y. So S, Shift, Y. Because we don't want it to get shorter. Let's make that a bit more central. Okay. That makes more sense now. Just put a loop cut. We just need one solo that. Let's scale those two that are already there on the Y. Brush. Unsolo that. Back to here. Okay, and those changes should have reflected on the other side. Bit of Coke. Big swig of Coke. Right. It's not a separate piece, is it? Let's just make this quick. Shift A, mesh, cylinder, Y90, scale it down, bring it across on the X. Could do it being a bit bigger than that. Yeah. A little bigger, but not on the X. GX. And, excuse me. Let's put one in the middle and bevel that. Excuse me, because we are going to put a subdiv on it. Render 3, you might as well stay at 1. Let's just put one more loop cut right there. Okay. Now we will have 3 for render. Okay, and let's move it back even more. Oh wait, hang on, that's got to be. Oh yeah, that's got to be sliding about in this thing, hasn't it? Which means that's far too fat. So let's just scale that on the X. So about there, scale it down, bring it in about there. Close that, GX. And then we might as well just grab this face at the back, press I to inset. And then we want something that's going to fit in that gap. And then just press the X. And just put another loop cut there. And another one there. Lovely. Alright. So that obviously is going to slide about. And then let's do the same on the front. So select that face, press I a bit. To about there, press E. And let's put another loop cut there. Let me just check 3. And then, yes, okay, and then another loop cut there. And then just select this face and press I because we want to remove those bits. Okay. Now the arm obviously hinges. You know what? This is our Wally. It's not the Wally. It's our Wally. So we're just going to take that and we're going to use that, okay? Shift A, drag it on the X. No, let's have butchers. Let's match, line that up with that. GZ. Let's go into side mode, that would be easier. Let's just kind of make that central. And let's bring the arm back, forward, sorry. So that is also central to that piece. The reason the viewport when I'm moving things is a little bit janky is because I've still got shadow turned on. I did mention that it will make some sort. No, it doesn't make a difference because I got the subdiv turned on. So never mind, ignore me. Where was I? Yes, that was central, but not there. And bit of inspirational Coke. I'm inspired. I don't want to get into doing that. be honest. I don't want to do that. Let me just see what it looks like if I crack a cylinder over there. Cylinder. Just it's this that I'm looking at. RX90. Scale it down. Bring it over here. Scale it down. Okay, let's have a look. Scale it up a bit more. And then if we plop a loop cut in the middle, bevel that to try and match the width of this thing. So let's just select all of that and just bush it there. Okay, I'm not convinced I know what exactly I'm trying to achieve here. How would that actually attach? There'd have to be something there, because that's not going to go up and down. Okay, yeah, let's take that loop and let's extrude it inward, but not on the Y. ES Shift Y. Okay. We might need like another bit. That's what we're going to do. Okay, let's just add a cube, mesh, cool. Scale it down, move it over on the X. Oh, GX. Let's just bring it down even further. Let's scale that on the Y. And I guess on the Z. We're going to apply that scale, so we can put bevel. No, bevel. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and then scale that a bit on the X again. Let's just drop that in the middle here like this. That's just as though it's attached to here. Let's make it fatter. Let's bring that up. A bit more. This clearly isn't in the reference, but what if? Don't care. We're making our own. So let's just spread that a bit on the Y. And then let's apply the scale to that. And let's just drop a subdiv on there. And then we're going to have to do this manually. Just put in loop cuts like this. And then select, just double click the outer edge here, press I, get rid of those manky bits, and let's just put another loop cut there. And over here as well, let's double click and I, let's do 1, 2. And let's take this loop and just extrude it inward slightly, and then we're going to need a loop cut just to make this, no, that better. We'll put one there, that's just bevel it, and we'll do the same for this bit. Control B, there. Okay, wait, no, that's too close. Control B. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, put a lip, yep. Okay. And then we're also going to need one here. And one here. Alright. It doesn't matter that it's not one piece. I kind of like that. That would function if that was on there and then. Would it? Really? Do I need that to be so fat? No, I don't. S Z. Yeah, as long as it sticks in that gap there. Yeah, and then that can. It doesn't matter. It might just. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we just want to stick that lot onto, brilliant, this thing. GX. Cool. Okay. That's wireless arms. We don't really need that behind. In fact, we've got two of them, so let's delete that. Let's drop that there. All right. Okay. Yeah, then just go down like that, wouldn't I? This shape is just, I am clueless what it should be. So we're just going to make it up. Let's just put a loop cut in the middle, bevel that, and then let's ES that. And let's put a smaller one across the middle. Control bevel that, but shift hold, and then ES again. And we'll just make a couple of extrusions. So select these two, do what you want here. This is your call. I'm not bothered. I'm just adding like a little bit of detail. There's nothing on this at all. There's no bevel or anything, is there? So I could have just screwed that up. I don't know if I applied my scale. No, I did not. So this is going to mean a few more subdivision surface cuts. Let me just solo that. Okay, so we're going to want, can we get away one in the middle? Control B. We certainly can. One there. Let's Control B that. I'll put one there. Control B. Put one there. Control B. Oh, right click first, then Control B. What's it look like with 3? I actually quite like that they're quite smoothish. But I think I want this bit in the middle to be a bit better. So I'm just going to drop that down there, do a little bit of bevel, turn to the other side, put another one there, bevel that bad boy, not too much, and then it looks better. Maybe put one here in all, just because I think that should be much sharper edge. Yeah, that'll do. It's much more interesting now. Even with a couple of extrusions and bits and bobs chopped out. Okay, so realistically, the only thing we have left to build is the wheels, or the tracks, these bits in the middle. Yeah, that's a good shot. Last. Still, oh wait, no, before I do that, let me just take this, right, take this cubey, whatever it is, let's apply the mirror, and let's apply the mirror, so now we should have just geometry. And for these two front bits, we don't need to be in, we do need to be in this, in X-ray. We're just going to lop off those 4 and those 4. And then we'll probably have to close the gap. So let's just select that loop, press F. And that should be, oh yeah, because it's not mirrored anymore. F. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's look at these. They're clearly circles. But it's how to make them look interesting. I'll work it out when we get there. How long? 20 minutes, okay. Alright, so let's head over to side view. Let's put the 3D cursor anywhere visible, and let's add a cylinder. Rotate it on the Y by 90, and let's put, so we're going to need one up here. I'm just going to block this out. I might just duplicate some of these little gear things we build. Okay, so let's put one there in the middle. Is it? pretty much. We want that one looks smaller than that one. That's the back, so let's take one down here. I'm going to hide that for now. Let's put that there. Because actually, there is we need to do this. I didn't think about that. That needs to be bigger, Nick. Which means I'm going to need to look at how these are going. That's the smallest one. And I've made it the biggest one. So let's actually drag that down. Let's duplicate that on the Y. Just drag it up a little bit. Scale it, scale it. We need another one. This is the front there. Okay, and now we've got quite a lot of space to fill. That's cool. Gotta start somewhere. Let me just put them in the middle. They're not that fat, so let's scale them all on the X. And I guess it's going to be, is it double? Yeah, it's like 2. Yeah, connected somehow. But yeah, so let's do that. And then, where's the origin? Yeah, it's in the middle of that. Let me just see, if I slap a mirror on that and I use this, does that do what I need it to do? Or is it too close? Blast! We can just scale that on the X. Let's bring it over. Okay. And then let's put another mirror on the tab. And then we're going to use the body. Alright. Right, let's just take these ones, like, select both them, shift select that, and then copy both of them to selected. Copy to selected, copy to selected. Thus we have our gears. They might be a bit too close together. Yeah, let's just blast. Drat it. SX. Let's just scale that down a bit. This top one. What are you doing over there? Wait. Oh, there's no mirror on that. Right, okay. Shift select. One that's got it. Copy to selected, copy to selected. And that definitely needs to be a bit thinner. Alright, so I couldn't find like side-by pictures. So that is our best bet. No. No. Yeah, that's our best shot. Okay. Let's look at the one at the back, which I have inadvertently put in the wrong place. So scrap that. Swap these two. Let's just put these there, that there. I'm not convinced that I've done this right. Maybe they both do need to be the same size. Right, I'm just going to save it here. I'm just going to see what happens, what this looks like. If I start... Let's rotate around the 3D cursor and select all... Damn it, wrong buttons, left, right and centre. To there. And then... Blast. which would mean these three are superfluous. They kind of still look cool, but I'm not convinced that they're going to look as cool around the smaller one. And also, that is beginning to look a bit weird. Let me just rotate that a bit. It doesn't look very smooth. Last, I'll just change your thing. Yep. Access to bounding box center. That will make it easier. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, let's just do the same with these. Let's put our 3D cursor rotation back on. Too much. Okay, and then let's go back to bounding box center. Okay. Yeah, boy, that's looking sick. That is looking sick, bruv. Should I? Okay. Yes, we just drag these over a little bit more. Oh, UI. That solve it? Certainly did. I like that. I like that better. So we don't need them. We don't need them. Farewell. We don't need this. Goodbye. But we're clearly going to need... Is there anything underneath? I don't think there is. They're just the tracks. But there is something holding the tracks. These little janky bits. What are we on? Yeah, that's a good time to pause. So yeah, we just got them in T-pose. So once we're done with this, and you've made it, textured it, whatnot, you can rig it if you so wish. Wicked. All right, cool. We'll get on to part 8, shall we? Yeah. Wicked. I've been Nick, you've been you. Nearly there. Until next time, farewell.